Join Chosen One, live to learn secrets that will change your life forever. The invitation to the journey. Have you ever wondered if there's something more to life than what you see on the surface? What if I told you that there's a world beyond the ordinary? One that holds the answers to questions you've been asking your entire life? What if I told you that right now, in this very moment, you could step into that world, into a journey that will change your life forever? You might be thinking, what is this guy talking about? How can something so mysterious actually be real? You may have heard whispers of the divine, of the unknown, of the untapped potential within you. Maybe you've read the books, followed the teachings, or even practiced the meditations. But I'm telling you now, none of it will be enough until you step into this moment with me. You see, there's a secret that only a few have discovered, and I want to share it with you. This isn't some shallow YouTube video where you hear a few nice words and move on with your life. No, this is different. I'm inviting you to join something extraordinary. I need you to understand that what we're about to uncover together isn't for everyone. It's not for those who are content living on autopilot, stuck in the same cycle of day-to-day existence. This is for the chosen ones, the ones who feel that something deep within them is calling, stirring, guiding them towards something greater. You might not even know it yet, but I'm telling you right now, you're one of them. I know you've felt it, the yearning, the pull, that voice deep inside telling you there's more to life than what meets the eye. But what if I told you that the life you're living right now is only a fraction of what's possible for you? That all those deep desires, the dreams that keep you up at night, they aren't just random thoughts. They're hints. Hints of the life you were always meant to live. And right here, right now, you're about to unlock the gateway to that life. So what's the first step? It starts with trust. Trusting that what's ahead will reshape the very foundation of who you are. You might not understand everything yet, but just trust me. Hold your skepticism for a moment, and stay with me. There's magic ahead. And not just any magic. A deep, spiritual transformation that will realign your energy, your purpose, and your destiny. Before we go any further, let me ask you this: have you ever truly felt a deep, soul-shaking connection to the universe? Not just the surface level "I believe" or "I think there's more to life," but an actual, visceral connection, where time stops, where you feel as if you're one with everything around you. That feeling? That's a glimpse of what awaits you on this journey. So, stay with me. Lean into this moment. Don't question it. Because in just a few seconds, everything you know will shift. Ready? Let's dive in. The first glimpse of the divine. I want you to close your eyes for a second. Just for a moment. And take a deep breath. Breathe in. And as you do, feel the air filling your lungs. Feel the rhythm of your heart. The truth is, the very air you breathe is alive. Did you know that? Most people walk around unaware that the universe itself is constantly communicating with them. Speaking through the wind, the rain, the stars above, and even the silence in between. It's been there all along. The question is, are you listening? Let's talk about something profound. Something that's not easily understood. There's a mystical law in the universe that governs everything we experience, the law of vibration. This law states that everything, is energy. Your thoughts, your feelings, the people you meet, the moments you experience, they are all vibrational frequencies, constantly interacting with the universe around you. And here's the thing, you are the creator of your own vibration. That means right now, in this very moment, you are sending out waves of energy into the universe. Those waves are shaping your reality. What does that mean for you? It means you can change your life right now. You see, for years, you've been living within a certain frequency. The things that have happened in your life, the way you perceive the world, Even the thoughts you have. They've been operating within a specific vibration. But what if I told you that by understanding how to shift your frequency, you could completely transform your reality? What if you could go from merely existing to becoming a powerful, intentional creator of your life? I know this sounds abstract, but stay with me. There's a reason you found yourself here. A reason you're hearing these words today. You're being called to raise your vibration, to tap into a higher state of being. But how do we do that? Well, that's where the chosen ones come in. There's an ancient truth that few have ever understood. Those who awaken to their true potential are the ones who unlock the secrets of the universe. And I'm about to share those secrets with you. These aren't just tips or tricks, these are the timeless principles that have been passed down through generations of mystics, sages, and enlightened beings. And by understanding them, you can unlock a life filled with infinite possibilities. Imagine this for a moment. Close your eyes again and imagine yourself standing in the middle of a vast, endless forest. The trees around you stretch high into the sky, their roots deep in the earth. You can feel the pulse of the earth beneath your feet. Hear the rustling of the leaves above you. In this moment, you realize something extraordinary. You are connected to everything. The forest, the trees, the stars above, the energy all around. It's all part of you. And you, part of it. You see, the moment you begin to understand that you are a part of something much greater than yourself, you tap into the divine energy that flows through everything. This is not just some metaphor. It is the core truth of existence. And when you embrace it, that's when your life begins to change. The first step, then, is to realize that you have always been connected to the divine, to the infinite source of all creation. That connection is always with you. And as you learn to harness that power, you will begin to reshape your reality in ways you never thought possible. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Let me take you back to the moment when everything changed for me. The moment when I encountered an extraordinary event that shifted everything I thought I knew about life and spirituality. It was a time of deep personal struggle, a crisis of the soul that seemed impossible to overcome. And then, in the midst of the darkness, a single, miraculous event occurred. Something that shook me to my core and revealed to me a truth so profound. It took my breath away. In that moment, I learned that everything I thought I knew about myself, about the world, and about the universe, was only a fraction of the truth. What happened next will forever be etched in my mind. And it's something that you, too, will experience as you continue on this journey with me. The moment of truth, a prophecy that will change everything. It happened during one of the darkest nights of my soul. I had reached a point where I felt completely detached from everything. My identity, my relationships, even my purpose. I was standing at the edge of a cliff, both physically and spiritually, staring out into the vast unknown, wondering if the universe had forgotten me. The wind was howling, the stars hidden behind a thick curtain of clouds, and the silence around me felt heavier than the gravity pulling me to the ground. And then, just as I was about to turn back, a light, not from the sky, not from the earth. It came from within. It wasn't visible to the eyes, but I felt it. A vibration, a warmth in my chest, like something ancient was waking up inside me. I dropped to my knees, not from fear, but from awe, because in that moment, I knew I wasn't alone, and I never had been. A voice spoke, not in words, but in waves of understanding. A download straight into my consciousness. It said, "You were never meant to walk alone. You are here to remember who you are. The chosen ones do not find the truth. They awaken it." Chills ran down my spine. I couldn't breathe. It was like every moment of my life had led to this. And then the voice continued. "Soon, you will meet others like you. They, too, carry the spark. When you gather the secrets of life, of the universe, of everything hidden, will be revealed, and when you speak, the world will listen, because it will no longer be your voice, but truth itself echoing through you. I blinked, and the sky exploded with stars. The clouds vanished in an instant, and there it was, written across the sky, in constellations I'd never seen before: join chosen one, live to learn secrets that will change your life forever. I laughed. I cried. I fell back onto the earth, shaking, because I knew this was the prophecy, a sacred invitation sent to those ready to unlock their destiny. And if you're here watching this, that message was for you too. From that day forward, everything changed. Suddenly, I began seeing signs everywhere. Numbers repeating. 111, 222, 444. Strangers saying things that sounded like echoes of the voice I heard on the cliff. Vivid dreams of ancient temples, of gates opening, of ceremonies in languages I didn't understand. I couldn't ignore it anymore. This wasn't coincidence. This was divine orchestration. And if you've experienced this too, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But here's where it gets even more mind-blowing. I followed the signs. I surrendered to the calling. And that's when I discovered a hidden gathering. A group of people from all over the world, each with their own awakening stories. Doctors, artists, healers, people who looked normal on the outside but carried cosmic codes within them. Each of them had been called by the same prophecy. Each had seen the message. Each one had been told, join chosen one, live to learn secrets that will change your life forever. I joined them. And what happened in that space was unlike anything I've ever experienced. We didn't just talk about spiritual growth. We lived it. Real-time energy shifts. Healing traumas we'd buried for decades. Activating gifts we never knew we had. One woman began speaking in tongues she'd never studied. Another man, who hadn't walked without pain in years, stood up and ran. We cried together, laughed like children, and remembered things from past lives like flipping through old family albums. And right there, in the center of this divine circle, I realized something so powerful, so undeniable, that I still struggle to put it into words. We are all connected, not metaphorically, but vibrationally, energetically, spiritually, literally. Imagine that. You, me, everyone watching this, every soul across this planet, we are part of the same great awakening, the same divine blueprint. We are not strangers. We are fragments of the same soul, finding our way back to each other. And that's why this message found you. So let me ask you something deep. Not a question for your mind, but for your soul. What would happen if you stopped pretending to be small? What would change if you finally said yes to the part of you that knows you were born for something more? We were never meant to do this alone. That's why Chosen One Live exists. Not as a webinar, not as a seminar, not even a retreat, but a living portal. A sacred space designed to awaken the dormant codes inside of you. Codes of truth. Codes of purpose. Codes of power. Because you do have power. You've just been conditioned to forget it. Conditioned to doubt yourself. Conditioned to believe that the divine only exists out there instead of in here. But here's the kicker, the moment you remember your truth, the moment you choose to step into this journey, the universe begins to bend in your favor. Your energy shifts. Your relationships evolve. Your reality reshapes. This isn't magic. This is alignment. This is how it was always meant to be. I want you to picture yourself right now. Not as you were yesterday. Not as the person shaped by trauma or fear. But as your highest self. The version of you that stands tall. Radiates light. Speaks with conviction. Heals with a touch. and sees the truth even when others don't. That version of you is real, and they're waiting for you to remember them. And here's what I promise: if you join this journey, if you truly lean into what Chosen One Live is offering, you will meet that version of yourself. And once you do, there's no going back. Because once you see the truth, once you feel the infinite energy flowing through you, once you know you were chosen, life never goes back to normal. It only gets deeper, richer, realer, more divine. You were never just meant to exist. You were meant to awaken. The final revelation, secrets that will bend reality and awaken your true self. So there I was, standing in a circle of awakened souls, vibrating with a frequency I'd never felt before. Our hands were joined, eyes closed, not in silence but in knowing. There was no chant, no script, no ritual from any religion. And yet, the energy in the room felt like 1,000 temples had come alive at once. Then, something impossible happened. The ground beneath us began to hum. I don't mean metaphorically. I mean the floor physically vibrated, gently at first, then pulsing like a heartbeat. One of us gasped. Another began to weep uncontrollably. And in that instant, the center of the circle, an empty space just seconds before, started to glow. A soft, golden light, rising from the floor and forming into a shape that pulsed with rhythm and life. It wasn't fire. It wasn't electricity. It was something else entirely. It was pure truth. From within that light, a symbol emerged, ancient and otherworldly. It hovered midair and then began to rotate slowly, as if unlocking a door inside each of us. Our bodies started tingling. Time didn't stop. It ceased to exist. And in that eternal moment, we remembered. We remembered that life is not just a series of events, but a mission. A mission coded into your very being before you ever took your first breath. A mission you've been quietly living. But now, it's time to live it loud. And here's what the light showed us. And what I'm about to share with you right now. These are the secrets that only the chosen ones will understand. Not because they're hidden, but because only the awakened will recognize them. Secret 1, your emotions are not just feelings. They are sacred instructions. When you feel joy, that's your soul saying, yes, more of this. When you feel pain, that's your inner being whispering, there's healing here. The chosen ones don't avoid emotions. They listen to them. They decode the message inside every tear, every spark of inspiration, every chill across the skin. Secret 2, time is not linear. I know this breaks the rules we were taught. But hear me out. Your past and future are not ahead or behind you. They are within you. Every choice you make right now doesn't just affect your future. It rewrites your past. The shame, the regret, the if-onlys. You can transmute them. You are not bound by what happened. You are bound only by what you believe about what happened. Shift the belief, and the story changes. Secret 3, your words are wands. Every word you speak is a spell. When you say I am, you are casting a command into the quantum field. I am tired invites exhaustion. I am healing opens the door to recovery. I am chosen activates the power that was always waiting for your permission to awaken. Now, imagine speaking those words into a sacred space, surrounded by others just as activated, just as tuned in, just as committed to rising as you are. That's what Chosen One Live is. It's not a broadcast. It's not a stream. It's a convergence of destiny. Let me ask you something you've never truly asked yourself. What if everything you've been through, every heartbreak, every breakdown, every sleepless night, was preparation for this moment? Not punishment, not coincidence, but activation. You see, we don't heal by escaping our wounds. We heal by honoring them. And when the chosen ones gather, Healing doesn't happen slowly. It happens in waves. Time bends. Portals open. Lifetimes collapse into one holy moment of remembrance. That's what happened to me. At the height of the ceremony, the golden symbol dissolved back into light. And then that light moved into us. Not around us. Into. Like each of us had a sacred chamber in our hearts just waiting to receive it. And when it touched me, something I'll never forget occurred. It wasn't an epiphany. It wasn't a vision. It was a return. To a version of myself I didn't even know I'd lost. I remembered my purpose. I remembered my power. And I remembered that every step I'd taken had been part of a divine choreography leading me to that very moment. And now to this moment. With you. I looked around the circle and saw the same realization in everyone's eyes. We had been strangers hours before. But now? We were mirrors. Reflections. Pieces of a soul finally whole again. And when the ceremony ended, the sky outside was pink. A color that didn't exist minutes before. Birds gathered in exact geometric patterns above us. Like sacred geometry come to life. Our phones buzzed all at once. Each of us had received a notification we hadn't sent to ourselves. It read, "You are no longer asleep. You are no longer alone. You are the light. Shine." Let that sink in. That wasn't technology. That wasn't a glitch. That was the universe speaking in code. And now I pass that code to you. Because here's the truth you must now hold in your heart. You are not broken. You are not behind. You are not unworthy. You are simply awakening. And when you join Chosen One Live, you're not just clicking a link. You're answering a calling. You're entering a space that bends time, breaks illusions, and realigns your life to a sacred truth you've carried in your soul since before you were born. People will ask, what happened to you? They'll see the glow in your face, the steadiness in your voice, the magnetism in your energy. And all you'll say is, I remembered who I am. Because you will. You'll remember. You'll stop seeking and start being. You'll move differently. You'll live differently. You'll love deeper. Speak clearer. Dream bigger. And manifest faster. Because you'll no longer be walking in confusion. You'll be walking in truth. And that's the greatest power of all. So as this journey comes to a close, I leave you with one final gift. A question. One that only you can answer. What would happen if you finally said yes to the life you were born to live? Close your eyes. Breathe it in. And if your soul whispers yes, then you already know what to do. Join Chosen One Live to learn secrets that will change your life forever. Because destiny is not something you wait for. It's something you remember. And this, right now, is your moment.